August the 13th this year, we will see a by-election in Clacton-on-Sea in the UK. And the two people running that we think are going to partake are Nigel Farage.
With all due respect, what's it got to do with you?
And
Count Binface.
Count Binface.
Are they running scared from old Binny? Or do they think that Nigel's running a cunning stunt? And I pronounced that carefully at 8:55 in the morning.
The face of the Macclesfield by-election, the face of two mayoral elections. Count Binface also ran against Theresa May and Boris Johnson, and his credentials are unquestioned. As opposed to Nigel Farage, who has resigned as an MP in the House of Commons just recently to run again for the same constituency he currently represents.
I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a Member of Parliament for Clacton-on-Sea.
Yes, go figure what's happened. In Nigel's own words, he's really decided to take on the establishment by being re-elected as an MP and having the same position he had in Parliament already.
This will be a people versus the establishment by-election.
Nigel Farage is having a hissy fit because the first time he's actually having to deal with some real scrutiny. What he needs to do is be honest about where his fishy £5 million came from, rather than calling a fake by-election to run away from a standards investigation.
And of course, in terms of Nigel Farage's framing of this campaign, you now represent the entire British establishment.
Yes, quite. Well, I've been waiting for this, to be honest with you, Andrew.
And it doesn't seem to matter which one of these two wins. It'll be a case of taking out the trash one way or the other.
It is, yeah, it's exactly right.
When the residents of Clacton come to cast their votes in the newly announced by-election later this summer, it seems they will have a choice between two main candidates. A man accused by some of spouting total rubbish and a sentient bin.
But Nigel, in his own words, has claimed that there's been a conspiracy against him, that the £5 million he was given as a gift, can you do gift for me? Gift was a
Unconditional gift. I can spend it on Ferraris if I want. That'd be entirely up to me.
Why did you say it was for personal security then?
Because it was given as an unconditional gift.
Purely personal gesture by a crypto billionaire out of Thailand. Mm-hmm. And that's not the only thing he's been given. There's lots of other things. He didn't declare it before he became an MP.
Which you have to do for anything that you get, any gifts you receive 12 months before you become an MP.
The rules are clear, but Nigel reckons he has been good with the rules because personal gifts like that, not used for political purposes, are exempt.
Nigel Farage alleged foul plots had brought him to this point.
He went on telly having a hissy fit because for the first time he is finally having to face some scrutiny after a very long honeymoon, and he cannot handle it.
According to Nigel, and there are rules in there, and the parliamentary committee that's being run and now suspended because he's no longer an MP will actually adjudicate if it is or not. So we'll wait to see. But it's fair to say, I think there's greyness in here.
Some people look at this and say, well, this is just Nigel Farage trying to dodge an inquiry which he can feel was going the wrong way for him.
Look, Nigel was very clear that he has broken no rules. He's an
He's not the arbiter of that. That's not how it works.
He's done absolutely nothing wrong.
A lot of greyness. But Nigel has resigned because he feels the establishment is on his back and he is part of the people and he's running against the establishment.
It's a chance to stick two fingers up to the entire establishment.
Many detected Nigel Farage borrowing lines from his old ally across the Atlantic.
I was attacked more than anybody in the history of our country.
And I am the most physically and verbally attacked public figure or politician of modern times.
But the establishment adds up to one guy with a dustbin on his head right now.
With mainstream parties stepping aside, Farage's primary challenger is now Count Binface, a self-described 5,072-year-old intergalactic space warrior from the planet Sigma-9. His policies are similarly spaced out.
And the reason for that is none of the political parties, the major political parties, want to run in the Clacton by-election simply because he's already the MP and it will become a farce if they run against him.
In a rare show of unity, the major political parties are boycotting the ballot. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer labelled it a desperate political stunt, while the Conservatives' Kemi Badenoch called the by-election fake.
Mr. Speaker, the honourable member for Clacton used to say, leave means leave.
Well, everyone can see that the Reform leader is just trying to distract from the fact that he's up to his neck in sleaze. He's got serious questions to answer and he can't run away from them. Labour isn't going to be part of this circus.
Daisy Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's clear it's a two-horse race.
Let voters decide.
Well, except they don't know. They don't know the truth, do they?
Well,
the Commissioner hasn't ruled. There hasn't been an inquiry. He hasn't had the chance to answer or ask any questions. What are they going to be voting on? Nigel Farage's version of the truth.
Reform's reply to the major parties not putting up a candidate is that they would lose to Reform. So they're just hedging their bets and waiting for him to return to Parliament before proceeding again with looking into his gifts and donations that were given to him on a personal basis and to see if he will then have to run again in a by-election should he win the first one. Of course, he is not the only person who has a mandate for Clacton. Count Binface clearly has some very localised policies as well as national ones.
I like his policies.
I do. And the one that resonates probably most with the Clacton-on-Sea people is the fact that he's going to fix 99 flake price at 99p.
Plus, he's going to lower your taxes and increase everyone else's.
Correct. That's more of his national policy.
That's true.
It's not a Clacton policy, but to the people of Clacton, like he promised in Makerfield, he would do that. Absolutely.
Should I get on the ballot, then naturally I will have a fully costed suite of policies that mixes the national and the local. But you can guarantee that I'll be looking at my price capping of 99 flakes at 99 pence. I mean, it's a seaside town. Yeah. That's got to be an easy win, wouldn't you say?
I think so. I think so.
National policies, nationalise Adele, build at least one affordable house, tie nurses' pay to that of ministers, rename London Bridge after Phoebe Waller, bring back CFAX, and of course, move the hand dryer in the gents' toilets at the Crown and Treaty pub Uxbridge to a more sensible position. Because as you can imagine, that's a national issue.
But I think the 99 flake one is where he's really going to resonate with the locals.
I can see that. Because I could buy into that.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah.
And I think he should also do what he did in Wigan, which is cap the kebabs at £2.
Also, I could buy into that.
Yeah. Which I think is a good local one. Now, his national policies are good as well. You mentioned one.
Yeah.
I think the...
build at least one affordable house.
One affordable house. But the nationalisation of both model railways and the nationalisation of Adele, which he has declared since 2019, this is one of his policies, is also resonates well nationally.
And completely rational.
Absolutely. Yeah. And these are things that are achievable in his government.
Absolutely.
But we await to see if Count Binface can make some inroads into the election. He's gone down now from 500 to 1 as a candidate down to, depending on the bookies, 3 to 1 to 7 to 1. Wow. So people reckon there's going to be a disaffected vote against Farage and Count Binface will pick it up. So it's it's a huge shift in terms of odds.
It is theoretically possible from what I understand because it is a first past the post kind of election.
Yes.
It's not mandatory to vote.
No, it's not like in Australia.
Not like in Australia where we have preferential voting and it's mandatory to vote. But if you add up, when he stood for election 2 years ago, all the other votes that voted for other parties and candidates, the sum of those was greater than what he got. So it depends on if they all coalesce, there's a possibility.
That's true. And even the Farage voters might be fed up with the charades that he's playing with the by-election. Because let's be honest, what he's doing is manipulating the UK electoral system for his own gain, to put a microscope on what he calls the establishment and to exonerate himself. as somebody who's received these gifts in a legal sense.
Let voters decide.
Oh, except they don't know. They don't know the truth, do they?
Well,
the commissioner hasn't ruled. There hasn't been an inquiry. He hasn't had the chance to answer or ask any questions. What are they going to be voting on? Nigel Farage's version of the truth.
And Count Binface at the moment is getting millions and millions of pounds worth of free advertising with all the media attention he's getting.
He does.
It's incredible.
Yes.
It's incredible. Even though it's a bit of a joke, there's some seriousness behind all of this. You know, the media attention, the social media. He's just sitting there with a bucket on his head.
He is. And even if he doesn't get elected, but picks up, let's say, 25% of the vote, that's still a significant
protest.
Yes, in terms of what's happening. So either way, Farage has to win convincingly, even though it's a SATS type of election, and he may well go to a second one. But in Binface's own words, he can save the electorate money, can't he?
A lot. Was it 350 or 380,000 pounds if they don't have the second election? So just vote for him in the first place.
Yeah. So he can save the UK 380,000 pounds, which is very kind of him.
That's very kind and quite true.
And you pointed out to me earlier on, what's his main manifesto for running in Clacton?
What was it again? Just refresh my memory, Jason.
He said, "I'm not Nigel Farage."
What is your appeal going to be to the people of Clacton?
Well, I'm not Nigel Farage.
Of course. I think that's the best line.
It is, yeah. Which stunned the person giving the actual interview and got a wry smile. So we'll wait to see what happens in Clacton. But certainly the whole Nigel Farage circus is not over.
Yeah.
Because just coming back as a member of Parliament, assuming he gets elected, means that the parliamentary inquiry into his gifts will now continue.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're going to find fault in it.
No.
Let's remain open-minded, but it doesn't escape here. It doesn't mean Farage escapes scrutiny.
Scrutiny, yeah. And it could very well come back to bite him.
Yes, exactly. I don't know why we need a candidate from Sigma 9 to come all the way into Earth to particularly run against Farage.
Isn't Sigma 9 just around the corner from Greater Manchester?
Well, it has been, but he's an out of constituency candidate. But when asked why how often he's been to Clacton, he's never been to Clacton.
Right.
But he reckons that if he follows in Nigel Farage's footsteps, which is the incumbent, he should spend more time in Washington, D.C. This episode's Peace Prize for the Clacton-on-Sea by-election goes to Nigel Farage. Congratulations.
On your Nige.
It's a chance to stick two fingers up to the entire establishment.
Congratulations, Nigel, on your award, your Peace Prize. This Peace Prize is given because what you've done is you've taken the parliamentary processes and dismantled them piece by piece for your own good.
Nigel Farage is having a hissy fit because the first time he's actually having to deal with some real scrutiny.
While Binface admits he is only quietly confident about his chances, he told reporters he loves British democracy because it allows anyone to stand for election, no matter how idiotic the get-up.
If you enjoyed this video, there's more like it, so please feel free to choose another one. And if you like us even more, please like and subscribe.